Okay, students, today we are going to begin with multiplying fractions, and tomorrow we'll be doing dividing fractions. So make sure you have both these inserted in your notebook. Let's begin with filling in this information. So, multiply the numerators multiply the denominators and simplify. Okay, now I'm going to put a little or here, like an asterisk, okay? Or cross dash simplify, then follow steps 1 and 2. Just like that, okay? Now let's look at an example of this. All right, let's write down 3/4 times 6/15. Now I do prefer to cross simplify because it just makes things easier in the end instead of large numbers to simplify when you're finished. So let's start by looking across the diagonals. 3 and 15, there is a number that goes into both of those, and it's 3. 3 goes into itself once, and it goes into 15 5 times, okay? And then if we look here, because they're both even numbers, we know 2 goes into them, and 2 actually is the largest number that goes into 4 and 6. 2 goes into 4 2 times, and 2 goes into 6 3 times. And now we've already simplified everything, so when we multiply across, 3 times 1 is 3, and 2 times 5 is 10, and that is your answer. So let's look now at multiplying a fraction by a whole number. So let me slide this up for you. Here's our next box, okay? Fraction by a whole number. On this one, I'm going to write real tiny on this part, so you pay close attention to it, okay? So write a fraction bar over 1. So the fraction bar will be under your whole number and over the number 1 that you write into it. And see, it says under the whole number. So then you're going to multiply the fractions, and then number 3 you are going to simplify. And we'll make an example of this. So let's look at if we had a whole number of 6 times, and we had 2/3. Okay? Now 6 is your whole number. So I'm going to place under 6 a fraction bar and 1 under that. Fraction bar and 1. Now we can multiply across, or you can cross simplify again. We already know 1 and 2, there isn't anything that's going to simplify that. But 3 goes into itself and into 6, so let's start there. 3 goes into itself once and into 6 2 times. Now when we multiply across, we will get 2 times 2, which is 4, and 1 times 1, which is 1. And that simplifies to 4. Okay? And we can circle that. One last one. Let's take a look at how we can do mixed numbers. Okay? Let's slide this up just so you can see the whole box. On this one, let's fill out this information like this. Starting with convert mixed numbers to improper fractions. Multiply the fractions, and then simplify and or convert into a mixed number. Okay? There we go. Now, let's look at an example. We'll start with 2 4/5. And we'll say times. I'm going to do a dot for times instead of the X this time. Means the same thing. 3 4/7. Okay? First, we're going to make them improper fractions. And here's a little refresher for you. We do the whole number times the denominator and then add the numerator. So 2 times 5 plus 4. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 4 is 14, and you keep the denominator, so 14/5. All right? Bring my times down. And we do the same here. 3 times 7 plus 4. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 4 is 25, and you keep the denominator of 7. All right. Now from this point, we can cross simplify again. Got lucky on that one. Can't always do that. So 5 goes into itself once and into 25 5 times. 7 goes into itself once and into 14 2 times. When we multiply across, we will get 2 times 5 is 10, put a little equal sign there. 1 times 1 is 1, and this simplifies to the whole number, in this case of 10.